Hello guys, Thomas, Slovak delivery rider here in Amsterdam, back with another video. And today I would just quickly like to go through what just happened with Deliveroo here in Netherlands. If you are a Deliveroo rider, you have already gotten an email, and if you are not, you might have seen it in media and Dutch newspapers. So what happened just few hours ago, today is 15th of January by the way. So what happened is that Deliveroo lost a ruling against FNV, which is the Federation of Dutch Trade Unions, and it might have some serious implications for Deliveroo riders. So a quick recap of what was going on and what were the main issues in the game. So what was Federation of Dutch Trade Unions claiming is that Deliveroo riders are technically not freelancers, they are not self-employed. In the Netherlands, it means that they are not ZZP-ers, basically, which is a self-employed contract or self-employed status here in the Netherlands. And they were claiming this for several reasons. So I have some things written here, which I will just go through. So the first reason that FNV was claiming is that the contract between Deliveroo and the riders, even though it changed from the past year to the current one, it still puts Deliveroo on an authoritative position or a status, which shouldn't be happening when you are a freelancer or ZZP. The second reason that FNV was claiming that Deliveroo riders are not freelancers is that the contract is completely made by Deliveroo, and thus riders have minimum to no way of changing it or trying to get their voice heard. The same goes for getting fees, or rather negotiating about the fees we are getting for each order. The third problem they had with the contract or the whole way how Deliveroo works is that we have no control over the digital system of assigning the orders, and therefore we don't have the freedom we should have as a freelancers, or we should have as the contract we got from Deliveroo claims. And the fourth one, was that we have no real way of substitution if we get sick or if we suddenly can't make it. They claim that Deliveroo doesn't allow us or doesn't give us the possibility to get a substitution from someone, because the time between we are assigned an order and we need to deliver it is so small and so short that we simply can't manage to get anyone to substitute for us. So what Deliveroo said to these is that FNV is wrong. And I mean, there are several stances you can take on this. To a certain extent, I would say some of their claims are kind of right. However, I don't mind them. For example, I don't really mind that Deliveroo is still put as an authoritative side in the contract, because they really are the ones that are giving us the deliveries and they are giving us the job. So I don't really see a problem of them being up there. I mean, in my opinion, they kind of work like a platform. So they are a platform for us to find work which is assigned to us, but we choose to get assigned work. So I don't really see a problem of Deliveroo being authoritative. But what Deliveroo said to FNV's claims is that you can, for example, assign substitutes, and that really is true. Deliveroo allows you to get a substitute, and you need to get a substitute ahead of your shift. But I mean, I don't really see a point in what FNV claims, and that is that you can't get a substitute between you are assigned an order and you need to deliver an order. But if you are already in a shift, I mean, why would you be trying to get a substitute here when you already came to be delivering? So I think that's just bullshit. And therefore, if we look at a bigger picture of like how we work throughout the week, we have the possibility to get a substitute. The other thing which FNV was claiming, and I already discussed, is that we don't have enough freedom of when we can work and how we get assigned our orders, but that's also wrong, and that is because we actually have the freedom to look into the app and decide when we want to work. We also have the freedom of rejecting orders, which was another thing that FNV was claiming, that rejecting of orders is putting a negative strain on future assignment of orders. However, Deliveroo was very transparent with this, and they clearly said it has no effect. I mean, we can't really be sure about that because we can't see into the algorithms of the assigning digital system they have. But what Deliveroo is saying is that riders are free to reject any orders because they are freelancers and therefore they have the freedom. And lastly, what Deliveroo said in the email, that if the riders would have to have a real employment contract and get paid by hourly, it's really going to put a big strain on their budget, and therefore they can't really afford to have workers working on the hourly system or like the real employment system, and rather would like to keep them freelance. And I think majority of riders, and not just I think, but it actually is true that majority of riders agrees with this, because FNV couldn't find even one rider that would come and try to support what they are claiming. All the riders would rather stay in the freelance position and have the freedom to choose whenever and wherever they can work. So I guess that's everything from this. What just happened, it's very fresh, so let me know in the comments below what you think, what is your stance, who in your opinion is right, and whether you are rooting for staying freelance and working for Deliveroo, or you would be for the change and you would still stay working with Deliveroo even if you would have to go and get a real employment contract, which might put a strain on the actual freedom of your work. Thanks for watching. All the links to support me are down below, and don't forget to subscribe and comment. See you in the next one.